I'm excited about this because as a former educator myself, I know that tools are great when they're in isolation, but there's something special about the creativity of when you can combine them, or as we say in EdTech, when you can create an app smash. So I'm going to leave it to you. If you would like me to share anything at any point, just say the word, and I will push it out to the comments, and people will be able to engage with it like that. Okay, guys.
Perfect,
Awesome.
John. Thank you so much.
Over to you.
Thank you.
So as I said, we have a lot of love, we have a lot of heart for Mote, and you can see that on our title slide. But more than anything, we're just so excited to be here to show how you can app smash with Mote in so many different ways. So I'm Alex Isaacs.
And I'm Lois Alston.
And we're going to be Lolex EdTech soon enough, so be on the lookout for that. But we're going to show you how you can app smash with Mote with Canva, Wakelet, and Google Apps. But it's ready for so much more than that.
As John said, I'm an instructional technology coach in Long Branch, New Jersey. I work with educators, administrators, and students from preschool all the way up to 12th grade. I love using Mote for so many reasons. This past school year, I was able to embed Mote all the way through my digital newsletters to really amplify and to be able to share out different platforms and what's happening in our school district. And so it just gave that more of that personal touch throughout. And just being here to be able to show how we're going to be able to app smash using Mote with other platforms. And then also just showing how you can create interactive bulletin boards. And that was one of the big things I was really excited about using Mote this past school year.
And then for me, I'm an 8th grade math teacher, a very big time ed tech enthusiast. Everybody knows I'm always talking tech, trying to find the best tools for my students and my colleagues. I like using Mote to provide more meaningful feedback and enhance accessibility on tasks and resources. And I also like providing instructions and explanations. That's kind of how I was using it. Since Mote has made such great advancements to their platform, their extension, my uses for it have just become so much more, as well as Lois's. And we're so excited to share with you what we created for this week specifically, because we feel like we're going to have stuff for you that's for the beginning of the year, the middle, and also the conclusion, that it's going to help you hit the ground running and take a little bit of that off of your plate as you go into the next school year, or already are in the next school year. So please follow us on Twitter. This slides deck is going to be available in a Wakelet collection that we'll push out to everybody at the end, or John will as well. And, you're not going to lose out on anything that we're sharing today. So if you're not here in person right now, it's going to be available to you, and we'll also be tweeting it out as well.
So right here, we're going to take you right to our Wakelet collection. We were really excited when Mote and Wakelet integrated together. Wakelet is also a platform that we use quite frequently. So today we're going to show you not only with Canva and Google, but also how Mote can be integrated with Wakelet. So right here, we're going to take you to our Wakelet collection that will be shared out with all of you.
And if anybody would like to scan the QR code right now and have it up on your phone as we're presenting, that's fine as well. So I'll give you a few seconds for that. But we also embedded that a Mote QR code for you to have this available as we talk.
So in this Wakelet collection, we had created a collection basically to curate everything that we're going to share with you today, all the different ideas and templates that you can use starting tomorrow or when you're starting with school for those first few weeks, just to kind of get the ground running. So right here on the first column, you will see our Twitter handles with our profile pictures. And then right on the second column, we have just a Mote explanation. So we use Mote to basically explain what this whole Wakelet collection is about and how to use it. And then right below that, the Hit Me With Your Best Mote, we are going to share a prize giveaway a little bit later on how you can win some stickers and swag. And then on each column here, we broke it up into the platforms that we're going to share out. So we have Canva with different activities and templates that we created, along with a Wakelet activity, and then a couple of items that you can use using Google in order to incorporate Mote.
So we're kind of going to take you through the beginning of the school year, and what we feel might be most pertinent, most important to start off is a Wakelet collection that we created that will offer multiple opportunities for students to explain their answers with a Mote message. So we had so much fun creating this collection. We made this where you can copy this. If you like our cover image, if you like the background, you can copy this Wakelet collection if you like. But basically, this is going to be a getting to know you activity. If I want to drop a Mote pun in, it's going to be getting to Mote you. I think I might have that as one of my columns somewhere. I actually do right here in the second column. My brain has basically been Mote for about 2 weeks now, so I'm starting to just say Mote at random. But all we did here for you is we gave you 5 different great opportunities to use Mote. You can change any of these to fit your needs or do something that you might feel is more appropriate for your age level of students. However, what we basically have is we're going to have our first column. We will show you a sample as well. We're going to have our first column where students either drop a picture of themselves in or you drop a picture of your student in, and then they are using a Mote message to describe the correct pronunciation of their name along with any origins of their name. We both work in school districts where there's many bilingual learners, and we want to make sure that we're keeping in mind their heritages, their beginnings. So they have that opportunity to really express that. Shout out to Adobe Express. When we show you our samples, we both included graphics that we created for that really offer your students the ability to share about themselves. So not only would it be a picture of your student, but also have a lot of description. But in addition to that, we gave students 3 options with the Getting to Mote You section where they can name their favorite food. I'm not going to list through everything. I think what will be best is what this can really look like once you actually start adding in some material. So we set up this Wakelet collection where if you scroll down, if we created any samples for you, they will be available to you. So this is the sample that I created. And this is me being a student, basically, even though I've worked on Wall Street and that's not actually the case as a student, but that's okay. And, for me, I'm very big about things looking aesthetically pleasing. I think that if something that you shoot out to somebody is not eye-catching, I think that they might be a little bit less apt to really want to delve into those resources. So, my format that I chose is I had Mote messages that I embedded in directly for each of these different columns. And I'm not going to record another Mote message right now, but what I can do is go to a previous Mote message by clicking on my extension, going in and sharing that copy link, and then simply going into Wakelet and clicking Command V to paste in that Mote, and then it's going to be dropped right in along with a transcript of what that I'm saying. And that's really important to me. Now, there it just popped in. If I click on this now, hi everyone. Lois and I are so excited to share. So that's available right there. So, the big change that I've really started using with Mote now is in my Wakelet collections, I have now been dropping in explanations of what the project was, what my students did, or what I wanted the learning objectives to be. So it's really given me that opportunity. And then underneath, I shared a photo or a little text box or a link to something that defines me. Again, this is just one example of the Adobe challenges that you're going to be able to use with this template if you choose to do it. So again, we really hope that these 5 options are fun for you and your class. Your students can also take the cover image that was the very fancy one with the stickers and create their own, and that's also getting to know them better. So you have a lot of options with this Wakelet activity, and I've just been so thrilled. I remember watching the Wakelet promo that over and over again, James was talking about how Mote audio messages can now be brought right into Wakelet collections, and I was so excited because these are 2 of my most favorite tech tools that I'm very passionate about. So at this point, Lois is going to be talking to you about a Canva template that we made for morning meetings or morning motings, possibly. Yes. We'll see. So when you click on the link, you're going to be brought right in and be able to use the template.
So we came up with this idea thinking about, well, in elementary school especially, they have a lot of morning meetings and they all gather around the rug and talk about what's happening for the day or what happened over the weekend or any plans that you have. And so I know for my son who just completed 5th grade in elementary school, they would have morning meetings and they would actually meet and then they would come up with certain things that maybe they want to have a discussion about. And then the teacher would have each student each day. They would assign where my son would have a certain day where he had to come up with the topic for a morning meeting. And basically he would have to create a slide. So we thought, well, this would be a great way to create a calendar where now you can have every student with their Mote message as part of the morning meeting on a calendar for each month, and then be able to share out that calendar link to all the students' families. And then this is a great way to bring that homeschool connection together. And so I know, like, when my students go home, a lot of times, you have questions about what happened at school. And then this gives a little bit more of that conversation. And I think this would have been great if my students, my own kids had this. This would be great at a dinner conversation to have listening to the Mote message for the day, and then really having a conversation being sparked from that Mote message. So here we have a rationale that will describe everything that is about this calendar. Then we have a list of instructions on how to go about using our template for the Mote calendar and how you can use this in the classroom and really make it your own. And then we also gave you some prompt ideas that you can use as a teacher for your students. And of course, you can create your own prompt idea to be able to share out with your students. So we're going to show you our example that we have here. So starting off with September in New Jersey, many schools start school after Labor Day. So we just have like a little Mote message that we have here. And then we're going to give an example of how to use this for your students.
So it depends on how much we want to creep people out at home, because we both tried to play a role of a student with these Mote messages. So who are we going to creep people out with, me or you?
We can use mine if you
You're
want.
going to use yours.
Yes.
You're the first, correct?
And I think I'm pretending to be my son, who we have a basketball tournament this
Again,
weekend.
a whole other bowl of worms, right? Okay, here we go.
Good morning, class. This is Lois. Today is Thursday, September 1st, 2022. Today's prompt is share your plans for the weekend or what you did away from school. This weekend, I'm really excited to go to Pennsylvania to play in a basketball tournament. My team is undefeated and I hope we can win again.
And I just want to share one thing before I kick it back over to Lois. I saw Stacy's comment in the chat, and I so appreciate your commentary, Stacy. Thank you so much. Those students who might not be the most comfortable going up in front of the class and leading morning meeting, this takes that little bit of fear where they can then pre-record and make it a little bit more manageable for them.
And also at the front of the classroom, you can have this projected onto the screen. And then this is a great way for students to really listen and to hear each other through this Mote message.
So you want to record a Mote message and we'll show how we drop it in? All right. So we're going to now model how to drop a Mote message. As you can see, that embedded audio player right there, right into Canva. So you click on the extension. When you're ready to record, you hit record, and then you're going to do your brief message.
Hello, everybody. This is Lois. Welcome to today's morning meeting.
Great job. I'm excited to start my day at school. You're going to click on this right here. You're going to have multiple options of what to do with that Mote message. But for the purposes of today, we're just going to click that copy link button, just like I did before in Wakelet. And Lois, you continue on here.
Yep. And then we're going to just paste that link right in. And now we're going to embed. And now we're going to have a Mote player. And that's what I love about having Canva and Wakelet embedding Mote inside. Now it becomes a Mote player. And as you can see, you'll be able to see the profile picture and then also the transcript of the message.
So let's actually play that really quick so we can see that.
Hello, everybody. This is Lois. Welcome to today's morning meeting.
And I love the idea of just going back into that message. It's a quick one, but changing the language so that students could see it in a different language and they're getting that immersion into other cultures. So all you do is shrink it down, and then you're going to place it in for your day that you're going after. And then you're able to just simply share that with your parents.
And then the nice thing too is that with Canva, you have all different calendars. So each month you can personalize your calendar based on the month that you're in.
And then we also provided you a blank template for you to use. Should you choose to do that, you can link your teacher page or your Twitter profile, whatever you want to do as well. And now we're going to get into a back to school night template for everybody. All right.
So this one here, we are really excited about as well. Again, if you're just starting the school year and you haven't had back to school night, we hope maybe this would be a great idea for you to implement for back to school night. I know I'm going to share this out with the teachers in my school district. So this kind of brought us back to school night, especially in the elementary school. Again, I was thinking about my son going back to school night for his classes over the last few years, and as well as for my daughter. And usually each year it would be a letter that my son had written out, and it'd be on his desk, and I would sit at his desk and listen to the teacher. And then I would have a paper and just basically write a response back. And then my son or my daughter would have that the next morning. So here's a little bit of a twist that we thought would be a lot of fun, as including Mote. So here, you'd be able to add your school logo. So where we have the Mote, you'd be able to have your logo. You would be able to now on the bottom have the student's photo. So if they haven't had pictures yet for school pictures, the teacher can just take a picture of their students and then have their photo put right here into one of the Canva frames. And then the student can use Mote in order to record a personal message to their parent or guardian that's coming to back to school night, to be able to listen to their child while they're there. And the student can talk about, what they're excited about so far for the school year and what they're looking forward to throughout the school, just to give you a little bit more information. And then here's an example. This is my son. He's going to 6th grade, but this is from last year, his 5th grade picture. So he put his school picture right here. And then I would write back, as an example, when I go to back to school night, as a parent, I would write a response back right there. So that way my son or my daughter would have their message from me for back to school night. And then we actually had my son record a message, just so you can see an idea of what it would be like for a student to be able to record a message to their parent.
So I'll leave this here for a few seconds if anybody would like to, scan this, see if you would want to do this activity in your class. But to us, we just feel like this is such a level of personalization that this would be something that the parent, the guardian would always remember about a back to school night. And while it might be a little bit of work up front, it's nothing that's too big of a challenge. And for full instructions on this template, how to use it, I actually embedded that player that you saw with instructions in a Mote audio form. So this is available to you to change, make it completely customized for yourself. And then we have another idea, which is even more app smashing, where let's say that you wanted to include the QR audio Mote in the bottom right corner. You also have the opportunity to now bring in your Wakelet collection that we showed you before. That was your getting to know you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the original resource hub on Wakelet, and I'm going to now show you Lois's, which is also an amazing getting to know you that she did with all that she's accomplished in her amazing career. And all that you would have to do is then it's not going to allow me to share yours because it's not your account. So I'm going to go back into mine really quick. I'm going to go back to mine really quick. Please check out Lois's. It's an amazing getting to know you, and she's got a really cool story about her origins as a teacher. I'm going to go back into mine and click on share. And then you are simply going to go share to view, and then you go to QR code. I'm going to copy this image, and then I'm going to go back into that back to school night template. And now let's say, okay, they know my class, they know my school, they know all of that. I want to have it where now they are getting a snapshot of their child that they created that amazing Wakelet collection as well. So they could have 2 QR codes right there for parents to scan.
Yes. And so we thought this would be a great way for, again, just more of that personal touch. For me, this would be fridge worthy, where I'd be putting this on my fridge if my student brought this home, my child. Also, as you can see here, we're kind of showing you different ways that you can go through, kind of in order. So getting the morning meetings, beginning of the school year, getting that up and running, and then having that learning all about you with the Wakelet collection, and now having this back to school night. So as you can see, it's a little bit of a progression in order to kind of make sense of everything that we have created for beginning of the school year.
And again, it's about making memorable moments for our students these days, making them have an experience. So, I can just share with you this next thing that we're going to be talking about. I have to give full credit to Lois because she came up with the amazing idea to get something much more timely to my students. And it's just really a great opportunity for you to instill a great positive behavioral system in your class. So this is also available on the Wakelet collection that has all of our resources. It's going to prompt you to make a copy. I hyperlinked a Mote audio message for instructions to this Google form. So again, another use of Mote that you can simply hyperlink it and put it in. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the link that allows you to fill it out, because that's going to be most important for us to actually show you how you would use this. Now, you're going to have every ability to edit this to fit your needs once again. So I'm going to zoom in slightly. We created a nice Google header for you. We really love the fact that you can now add rich text formatting to all the different portions of it. So now Mote is an excellent tool for actually adding in audio to Google Forms. And again, I have something as simple as email, student name, first and last. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm literally going to model filling this out. So I have to give a shout out to Tisha Poncio, who did an amazing job, and I just spelled her name wrong, Tisha at wakelet.com, because what you're going to enter into the email space is the recipient that you want to receive this. John, you deserve about 1,000 emails, but I'm going to do Tisha because she got that Mote message in about 2 days ago, and we're so appreciative of the Wakelet team as well. So I'm going to go Tisha and spell out her full name. I'm going to go her grade level. We're going to make her an 8th grader in my class. I'm Mr. Isaac, so I would put Isaac's in. And then I would just say she did a really good deed for us. You have the ability to add in a positive message there as well. But this is where I've had a real awakening for myself and my students. Providing that positive feedback with Mote has just made all the difference for me. And I'm going to do a very simple one right here. And then I'm going to show you that you submit it and then it goes on its way. So you're going to just, once you have the extension installed, you're going to see that little pop-up icon. Tisha, I just want to tell you how much I appreciate you contributing to our Wakelet collection for MoteCon 2022. You click check when you're done. And now you can play it if you want. I feel confident that it's good enough. And then all you will do is hit submit. And now that person, I hope Tisha enjoys that and doesn't view it as something strange. That student, that person that you're trying to get this to, they have now received that. And when I tell you that is making it so much more memorable for them, I mean it. So really consider making your Google Forms a little bit more personal by providing audio Mote messages to them. You want to share anything about it?
So this has been, I feel like for you, Alex, this last year with your 3 stars, your 3-star students, the certificates, this has really, I feel like, brought it to that next level.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And again, you know, you're the one who came up with the amazing idea. My school was nice enough to kind of utilize that with their rocket reward system, and we hope you will too. So we see that we're kind of running short of time. So I'm just going to very briefly tell you that a certificate template on Canva is available to you to drop a QR code in, and our SEL virtual classroom with motivational messages available to you. And then we also have a digital flip book along with a sample of how I use it in math. But we want to get back to the main presentation. We hope you enjoyed all we shared, but we're going to talk about something that we all hope you enjoy.
So we're really excited about a sticker swag giveaway. We already have a few people that have started this and basically tweeted out their what they're looking forward to for MoteCon. And now that we're in MoteCon, you can also basically tweet out anything that you learned during today and tomorrow. So as you can see here, just a few guidelines: tweeting out hashtag MoteNote. Explain the best thing that you learned about at MoteCon 2022. You can also make sure to tag us, Lois and Alex right here, and of course at Just Mote HQ, and make sure you have that hashtag MoteCon. And winners will be announced next week. So we're going to take them to.
Yeah, we're gonna take you into a collection that's also available for you to check out. If you are interested in best practices of using Wakelet, using Mote, what the really great things that are going on with Mote coming up, please come in here and take a look to try to get inspired. You can listen to a very, I find funny, yet probably others are viewing as complete cringe message that Lois and I created in the top left corner. We're going with Hit Me With Your Best Mote, Fire Away. So you have that song available to you as well. And you can see, I'm so thankful to Will, John, Mackenzie, and Shelly at Mote for providing their audio Mote messages. And then, of course, James, Tisha, and Amy at Wakelet. I mean, we can't tell them enough how much we appreciate you. Now, that last column is blank. We want people to send us Motes via Twitter. You know, it's also integrated on there where if you drop a Mote in, it will come up with the player directly underneath on the desktop where you don't have to go anywhere and you're seeing a live transcription. So we're going to do it where if you actually do a Mote audio message to one of these 2 prompts over here, we're going to put you in twice for the drawing. We're going to do a spinnerwheel.com activity to see who gets chosen, or drawing to see who gets chosen. But you can share either one of these in a Mote. We would love to drop this in here and really create a collection that a lot of people want to come to see people sharing about Mote, new ideas, and what you can do with it. So, you know, more than anything, we're just so appreciative to get the opportunity to share all this. And in the end, we just hope to help teachers start off the school year on a really strong note.
And we hope that our templates and our ideas help a lot of educators throughout the world.
So we really do appreciate it. Once again, we embedded the QR code to get to the resource hub if you'd like to check that out. But, you know, we've got about 3 minutes left. I'd be happy to open it up to a Q&A. But otherwise, John, we're ready to go. We're just so appreciative of the opportunity. And thank you again for the kind words at the beginning, my man.
Oh, guys, you were so good. I think on behalf of everyone that's tuning in, both live now and those on the on-demand action later, a big round of applause to you both, and a massive debt of gratitude, as always, for going to such lengths and putting such a great selection of resources together.